Hey, my name is Jacob Tao. I'm a former intern of Polyface Farms in Swope, Virginia, and today I'm going to tell you about my experience making hay. I live in South Carolina, and we do things a little bit differently down here. And in my experience, our local hay baler will cut a field, prepare it, bale it, and then call up everyone he knows, and we'll all get together, maybe anywhere from 6 people to even as many as 15 or 20, and we'll walk along through the fields and throw the hay bales up onto a trailer where someone else stacks them, and then we haul them off to whoever's barn and stack them in there, and that's it. It's a great fun time. It's a community building experience, and it's just fun. It's easy. It's not hard. Well, this is not exactly how making hay goes in Virginia, so let me give you an idea how this goes. First, you have the tractor, as you might expect, connected to the baler. And then, connected to the baler is a hay wagon, maybe 2 hay wagons. And you work in teams of 2 as the wagon people. So, myself and another intern are on a wagon, and we're bumping along through a field making hay. Joel, of course, is driving. And as we're riding along, your job is to stand on the wagon. I'm at the front. So I'm standing at the front of the wagon, and I'm waiting. I'm ready to go. And the hay bales are coming up off the baler towards me. My job is to grab the hay bales, which weigh anywhere between 35 and 60 pounds, depending upon how big they are and how wet things happen to be that day. You grab that bale, throw it to the back of the hay wagon, where the person in the back is waiting to pick it up and stack it. And you do this for 2 wagons, which is a lot of hay bales. Many hundred hay bales on a wagon. And so we're riding along. Things are going great. We're riding along through fields that are about like this, on a hill going about like that. And I'm grabbing hay bales and I'm throwing them back there. I'm grabbing them and throwing them back there. And every once in a while, a string will just haphazardly break for no apparent reason. So you're grabbing bales, you're throwing them, you're grabbing bales, you're throwing them, the string breaks, and you gotta yell, "Joel! Joel!" And Joel stops the tractor, like, boom! You try not to fall off. And then you hop down off the tractor, and you have to tie the bale back together, repair it, like, in mid-baling. Then you climb back up on the wagon, and you get there, you get ready to go, and Joel starts. Now, starting and stopping the tractor can be a smooth process. However, in my experience, the majority of the times making hay, it is not. So, you get back up on the wagon, you're like, alright, I'm ready, here we go. And then, Joel takes his foot off the clutch, like, boom! And the wagon goes, whoosh! And you hold on for dear life as this thing starts to take off back into motion. And then at the same time, you're trying to grab that bale that just broke. It's, kind of janky. It's not really right. It's all lopsided. And you're picking it up and you're throwing it, hoping it doesn't come apart to the guy at the back of the wagon. He's grabbing it, trying to stack it up above his head. And then, it's just bale after bale after bale after bale for well over an hour before you get a break. And so we're going, across a field that's about like this, on an angle about like that, and it's just bumpy. We're going like 30 miles an hour, it seems like. Bales just flying at your face. You're trying not to get killed by them. And, you're starting and you're stopping and you're trying not to fall off the hay wagon, and then you do fall off the hay wagon, and you're like, crap, now I'm behind. I got like my files are stacking up at the office. I got to get back up there and deal with that. So you climb back on the hay wagon, still moving, going down through the fields. You get back up there, and there's like 3 back ordered on you, right? So you're hooping on back there to the guy in the back, and he's stacking them. And you're, 30 miles an hour on a field like this, on a slope like this, throwing bales, trying not to fall off. You're starting and you're stopping. And then, this goes on for hours. It feels like, until finally you finish a wagon. You're like, oh, thank God. Man, I needed that. Well, that doesn't really mean anything, because that was just the first wagon. So then you hop off, you unhook it from the baler, swing the tongue uphill so it doesn't roll over and crush your buddy, and you pull over the next wagon, you hook it up to the baler, and you get on that one and go. And so you're going across the field like this, on a slope about like this, and you're going 30 miles an hour, you're starting and you're stopping, and you're throwing these hay bales to each other. And this continues for another hour or so until you get the second wagon finished. And then, you know, you feel like, all right, I've accomplished something. Yeah, it's time for a break. No, you're not done. Then you ride with the hay wagon full of all these bales back around to unload them. And here's a catcher. Before this happens, quite often there'll be like one last swath of hay in a field. It's not even that much. There's like 4 bales left, right? And you get ready and Joel's like, oh no, it'll fit. And so you go back to get this one little bit of hay. And there, you're on the wagon. You're like, man, let's just go unload this thing, all right? Like, it's not going to happen. And there's like literally about this much room at the front of the wagon. Right here is hay. Right here is like certain death. Okay, I mean it's this much room for error. And you have to stand there. Okay, and at this point we're like 7 feet or more tall with hay bales. I mean this thing is loaded down. And so you got to stand there on the front of the wagon, and you're trying to hold on to a hay bale or something, anything you can get a hold of, so you don't fall off and get run over, right? So you're like, ah! And then Joel's like, yeah, look at the next 4 bales, you know, no need to make another trip. And you're like, okay. And so you go out to get that last little bit. You're standing there like this, you know, you try not to fall off. Here it comes, up, there's a bale, up, are you going to get it? Because, you know, your buddy's up here with you now because he filled up the wagon. And he's like, nah, you got this one. Yeah. You're like, oh, this does not look good. So, you know, you hold on with one hand and you're like, reaching out there and you get it. And you're going to put it way up there. And then, you know, try not to fall off and die at the same time. You get those lines, you're like, oh, I did it. I got one. Okay, it's up there. You know, you're lucky if it doesn't fall off on you, just, you know, adding insult to injury. But then you're sitting there, you're like, okay, I've only got to do one more. And your buddy just jumps off the wagon and takes off running. And you're like, dude, that one's yours. And he's like, no, later, dude, I'm getting a drink of water, you got it, you know, have fun. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, okay. So you find a way to get these other bales up there and not die, and you're like, oh, man, this isn't good. And so you finish this, and now it's time to go unload. So you're riding on the wagons, you're like, oh, man, I've been doing this for like 2 hours, this is ridiculous. Whew, I'm dying. And you pull down to the hay barn, which is it's like a solid 2.5, 3 stories tall, right? You get down there, and okay, time to unload. So you take this contraption called a hay elevator, which is, imagine an escalator, but for hay bales. And you lean it up to the top of the hay that's already in the hay barn, and you start taking bales, and you set them from the wagon onto the elevator, and they go up. And then like 1 out of every 15 falls off, and you gotta go get it. And so you're up on top of this hay wagon. You're a solid like 12 feet in the air. And you're taking hay bales and dropping them on the elevator, right? And they're going up. Meantime, there's 2, maybe 3 other people on the top of the haystack, and they're doing the exact opposite of what you've just done for the last 2.5 hours. So they're up there, and I mean, you're just dropping hay bales on this thing as fast as you can, trying to feed it. And they're up there, and they're grabbing them, and they're throwing them, and then someone's stacking them. You grab it, you throw it, you stack it, you grab it, you throw it, you stack it. And then, you know, a string will break. Well, now you can't fix it because it's not in the baler anymore. And this goes on for a good month and a half, you know. Maybe 2 months if you're unfortunate. And you make thousands of hay bales, right? And then hay season comes to a close, and you're like, woo! Done with that! And after this such time, you know, you've officially earned the right to brag about surviving hay season in Virginia. And, yeah, And then you look back and you realize that all of this could have been avoided if you'd have just made large hay bales. But, you know, for some reason, small hay bales are they're just cool like that, so you don't. Thank you.